Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I will be showing you how I achieved this beautiful red dragon nude set. It is easy for beginners as well, so stay tuned. So I will be spraying the cuticles with alcohol. This will make the cuticles much softer for when you are pushing back the cuticles. So now I will be removing the shine from the nails with a fine sanding band. I think the grit is 250, I'm not sure, but I'll look for the link and put it down below. I remove the shine from the nails because our nails naturally produce oils and acrylic and oils do not go together. I also make sure to go into the side walls with my fine sanding band. This is to remove all the excess cuticles that is left on the nail plate and to also prevent lifting. Now I'll be going in with a round, I don't know what it's called, but a round bit. This is to remove the dead skin that is left on the nails so that you can get as close as you can to the cuticles with your acrylics. So now I will be using my glue from Cakes Ink Nails. As you can see, my tip is kind of big. I did not have any size 9 left, so I improvised and went in with a size 8, which is a bit bigger than her pinky, as you can see, but I found of the size, so I made it work. But when you're working, please do not go in with a tip that's too big or too small. Always go with the one that fits from sidewall to sidewall. This will also prevent lifting, and it is also great for fun during filing. You don't have to file too much. So now I am clipping off the nails. We're going for a square shape, so I'm using a straight edge nail clipper to cut the nails, and then I put the nails side by side just to see if it is the same length. I then shape the nails with my disposable nail file from Cakes Ink Nails as well. This is a easy file because you can just remove the file from the metal thing, I don't know what it's called, and you can just put a new one there for every new client. So this is kind of handy. So I'll be filing it, and then I turn the nails around towards me just to see if it's crooked or not. If so, you just file a bit more. If not, then you're done. I then go in again with my fine sanding band, and I just blend the tips with the nail. So you just go over it, as you can see. You just do this. I don't actually know why we do this. I just do this because that's what I learned. Just going to be honest with you guys. So now you can go in with your dehydrator. I have never used a dehydrator. I just always use alcohol and clean it with a manicure brush. I then go in with my Young Nails Protein Bond Primer. I apply this twice before I go in with my acrylic. I always place a clear bead, thin bead of clear acrylic. This is to prevent lifting as well, but it is also easier to file down to the clear base for when your client comes in for a refill and wants a whole different kind of set or color. You just need to file down to the clear base, and makes your work a lot easier, so you do not have to remove the whole set and place a new set. So yeah, this is a little trick you can take from me. So I am using my pinched size 10 brush from, I think, Sugar and Bear, or I don't know, Sugar and Bear from Instagram. It's a good brush. I love the brush. I've had this brush since December, so it's almost 1 year now, and it's a good Kolinsky brush. I am also using pink glitter bells, cover Pinkerbell. Yeah, the color is called Pinkerbell. I love it. It's not too runny or too wet, but I usually use it with my Young Nails monomer, but this time I am just using this with the monomer I got from my local supply store. and it's a bit runnier. So on the second nail, I just added a little bit of acetone. This is also a little trick you can learn from me. Acetone makes your product less runnier. So I just added a little bit of acetone to my monomer just to make my acrylic less runnier so that I can take my time and work with it and not get it all over the place. Because when your product is runny, it can also cause lifting, so just always make sure to have the right size ratio size, I think it's called. And also the the decal was supposed to go on her ring finger, but we kind of forgot, so we decided to put it on her index finger because I kind of applied the acrylic too thick on her ring finger because we forgot. And when you're applying a decal, you do want to apply the acrylic a bit thinner, as because you will be capping it with clear powder, and if your base is too thick and you go in to cap it, your nail will just be too thick. So yeah, take that from me. I do not have any special bead method. I usually use the two bead method and sometimes the three bead method. It actually depends on the type of nail you are creating. On longer nails, I do go in with a three bead method, and it also depends on your brush. You know, if your brush is bigger, you need you can use a less beads, and if your brush is smaller, you'll be using more beads. So I just normally go in with a two bead, and if it's too small, I just add the third bead to if it's too thin, sorry, I just go in with a third bead to create the apex, because your apex is very important. So now I just first you put your decal in water for 15 to 30 seconds. You then apply it to your nail. Try to apply it as thin as possible, because if it crumbles like mine, you will be able to see it. So just try to flat it out as much as you can. Also, a little tip, you might as well first want to dry the decal on a paper towel before you put it on the nail, which makes it a lot easier for it to stick to the nail. Also, this design was inspired by Nails by Gigi on Instagram. She did this in black and I loved it. And I was so excited when my client showed me this nail, so I really wanted to do it. So we decided to do it in red. Go check her page out. Her work is so bomb. I love her work. She is also based in the Netherlands. So girls, if you're in Netherlands, please go check her work out and book her. So first I let the decal dry, so I go in with my other nails, and then you come in with a bead that is kind of on the wetter slash runnier side. This is easier when you are capping and it doesn't make your nail too thick. And also I let the decal dry on the nail, because if it's wet still and you go in to cap it, it might move a little bit, and that kind of irritates me when it moves because I can see it and I get annoyed. So I always let the decal dry a bit on the nail before capping it. So then I go in with my coarse drill bit to smooth out the nails, to remove any imperfections, any bulking that you've created. So if you apply your acrylic smooth, you won't take a lot of time filing down the nails. But like unlike me, I apply the acrylic kind of messy, and then it takes me a while to file down the nails. I also use my bit to create a C curve and just to remove anything under the nails. I use my bit on a high speed. I use it, I think, around 15,000 RPMs, If you are a beginner, I would advise you to use the drill bit on a lower speed or with a speed that you are comfortable with without cutting your client. Or you could use a bit that's a safety bit. A safety bit is kind of good for beginners if you're not comfortable using a bit without using a safety bit, whatever. I also do not go too close to the cuticle with this bit because it might be able to remove a bit of acrylic, and I also do not feel comfortable yet going too close to the cuticle with this bit. I might cut my client, so I go in afterwards with a coarse sanding band just to seal the cuticles, and I also use a hand file after that to seal the cuticles a bit more and just fix anything I see on the nail. I did not get that bit on camera, but that's what I do. I always go in with a hand file just to make sure that everything's perfect and smooth. Also, when you are filing the nails, please be careful when you're filing capped nails, because when I was doing this hand, I kind of filed off a bit of the tail, which I could see. It's not very, you couldn't see it a lot, but I could see it. So just don't file too much, because if you file too much, you might file off the design you just did on the nail. So now I go in with my coarse sanding band. This is to seal the cuticles and just fix any imperfections. This is also to, get the beginning a bit flat to make it look like it is growing out of her own nails. So if you do this perfectly, your nails will look flawless. I then go in with my 100 by 100 nail file just to shape up the nails, get everything sharp again. And sometimes, as I said, I turn up the nails over towards me just to see if it is crooked or not. And if so, I just like to hold the file at a 90-degree angle just to sharpen the nails. After this, I buff the nails and then I spray the nails with alcohol. I use my manicure brush. You can also have your clients wash their hands. And then I go in with my Perfect Red from Madame Glam. I just put this on my painting thing, and then I use my Mark Art detailing brush in the number 3. I just draw a little V on the nails, and then I just fill it in. If you're lazy like me, you can just use the nail polish. Madame Glam is so pigmented that you only need one coat. You do not need many coats, just one is perfectly fine. For some reason, I couldn't catch the whole doing of this design, but you just repeat this on all the nails. So I made a mistake. I just tried to wipe it off, but it didn't go. So I dipped my finger in a bit of acetone, clean it up, and then went in to finish the design. I then topped it with Cakes Ink nails, and this is the finished look. I hope you enjoyed this. Please comment down below if you want me to do more nail designs, and let me know what you think of these. See you. Mwah.